Welcome to Coffee with Cliff. My name is Cliff Duvernois, and these are the stories of my journey to get 1% better every day. Stories where I talk about improving my mind, my body, business, and relationships. Today's story is called Unintended Consequences. It's hard to envision or even understand the consequences of decisions that you make. Bigger decisions illuminate some of those consequences, but it's the unintended consequences that people always miss, and not all consequences are bad. Some of them are actually pretty good. How in the world did you ever get so interested in jazz music? My mom asked. It's a beautiful spring day in Southern California, and my parents are visiting. And as is our ritual, we are heading down to the beach for our afternoon constitutional. The piano tunes of Duke Ellington fill my car, compliments of my brand new iPod. Mom sits in the passenger seat, and Dad's in the back seat, looking out the window as the Southern California sun bathes him in its warm rays. I turn the corner, heading down towards the ocean. Actually, I say, it's your fault. You got me listening to jazz music. I did no such thing, my mom said, incredulous that I could even suggest something like that. Oh, yes, you did, I reply. Actually, you had me listening to jazz before I could even crawl, at least 5 to 8 times a year. We'd listen to it for a half an hour, if not a full hour. We most certainly did not, my mom said. My poor mom. Anyone who knows my mom will know that she's a pretty religious person, and her beliefs are her beliefs. Nothing will ever change them. And I do understand her disbelief. To her, jazz is the devil's music. Jazz leads to sex. Sex is a tool of the devil. A tool I borrowed some time ago and forgot to return. Sorry about that. Every Christmas, we listen to jazz. I turned the wheel as we pulled into the parking lot by the ocean. Actually, every Easter, every 4th of July, every Thanksgiving, and on Halloween. There was also the spelling bee and the time that the dog ran away from home. Mom shakes her head. What are you talking about? The Vince Guaraldi Trio. I turn off my car and open the door to get out. I never heard of this Vince Guaraldi Trio, Mom says as she walks by me. So my mind does some time traveling. Many moons ago, a Christmas special debuted on TV, a Christmas special that talked about the commercialization of Christmas. The main character asked what the true meaning of Christmas was, and that's when a little boy stood on stage quoting from scriptures around the birth of Jesus Christ. My mom quickly approved this Christmas special, and it became an instant family classic. Now, when I was born, every Christmas, we would watch this Christmas special on TV. But of course, that Christmas special turned into other specials for every holiday season. Every single episode was filled with jazz music. I return to Mom and I say, Peanuts. Every episode of Charlie Brown was filled with the flighty notes of the Vince Guaraldi Trio. I had no idea, she said. Well, thank goodness you didn't, because those jazz tunes have filled my music-loving ears, and those tunes are still what my heart craves to this day. Those are the unintended consequences of a decision that was made long before I was born, but has inspired a lifelong love of jazz. On the way home, jazz once again fills the speakers of my car. This is actually pretty good, Mom taps her foot to the beat. Well, of course it is, I reply. This is Duke Ellington. Let me put in some Oscar Peterson. Dad pipes up from the back seat. Yeah, Oscar Peterson is pretty good. Well, it appears that Dad's going to owe me a story on that one. But now I have to wonder, what are going to be the unintended consequences of this? This is Coffee with Cliff. Thank you for listening.